Yo, hey folks, it's Kevin, Big K Horror, and I want to discuss this random ass 1981, 1982 slasher film that I've actually owned for well over a decade on VHS, and it took me a long time to watch it, as in like, every time I try to watch it over the years I never get through it, until, well, today. I finally watched it, and it actually turns out to be pretty effing good. And so the movie in question is House of Death. Yeah. Alright, this movie has a lot going for it in my opinion, okay? I can't believe it took me almost 10 years to actually watch this movie, because I got this back like in between 2001 and 2003 from eBay. But anyway, I digress. The plot's pretty simple. It's a small town, there's a local carnival fair going on, and there's a group of, I don't know if they're supposed to be teens or I think they're early 20s, they're young adults. But, a group of like about nine friends, are planning on doing the festivities of the fair, the carnival in the town, and they're all a close-knit group, and then they decide to go off into the cemetery at night and tell ghost stories, and then until a storm comes, and then they go take refuge in this like wooden house, two-story house in the middle of the cemetery. Pretty creepy. And then there's a murderer on the loose killing off all these kids. Excuse me. So here's the thing. The only thing I can really say negative about this movie is the pacing, obviously, because it took me 10 years to get through this movie, but I never really gave the movie a chance till now, and now that I sat through it, I'm like, it's really not all that bad at all. I mean, sure, the pacing's a little but the movie has a lot going for it. It really, like, especially when it starts picking up toward the body count level, there is a lot of murder, death, kill, and there is a good plenty amount of gore, which is an interesting thing because this movie looks and feels and sounds like a TV movie. Like the soundtrack to the movie is very TV movie. The look of the film looks like a TV movie, but it's got death, gore galore in it. It's crazy. So I really dig this. I mean, you got a machete-wielding maniac hacking up people. You got people getting shot with with arrows. You get people getting suffocated while on the merry-go-round, which is an awesome sequence, which is actually also kind of funny, unintentionally. A girl gets shot with an arrow, kind of roams around, casually gets on this merry-go-round, where, I mean, and by the way, no one's at the carnival's like being set up, no one's there. And it starts moving, and she's kind of grasping onto it, and then someone comes up behind her and puts a bag over her head and suffocates her. Really, I mean, it's a really cool visual, kind of creepy too, because I've never seen anyone die on, like on the merry-go-round. So it was a really cool idea. Also, in the beginning, there's a couple trying to have sex out in the middle of out in the cold night on their motorcycle, and they get murdered and tossed into the river bend. And throughout the whole movie, there's like a time lapse where it constantly shows like the two bodies floating through the river throughout the whole movie, and I thought that was a really cool, nice little touch. Again, House of Death, aka Death Screams. This movie is actually pretty entertaining, and for all those fans out there who like the look of a 1981 slasher, like down to the style, the fashion, all that kind of stuff, and the gore, this movie delivers. I definitely think that some horror fans out there, slasher movie fans out there, should definitely track this one and check it out. Just again, the pacing's a little off. It does feel like a TV movie, but again, that's kind of cool. It's something different. It's like a TV movie that was made to be gratuitously gory. Some of the characters, I like the main chick in it, the blonde. I think she did a very good job of playing like that really good girl in the small town. There's also another notable character in this who's pretty much the town slut, and she tries to get it on with several guys, but to no avail. But yeah, this movie does pack a bit of a punch, and I can't believe it took me this long to get through it. But I'm glad I did. Anyway, so I just wanted to give a shout out to House of Death, aka Death Screams, from 1981. It's a cool little flick. Track it down if you ever get a chance. Just remember, some of the pacing, kind of like a TV movie, but again, with a lot of gore. Well, not a lot of gore. We're not talking about Mutilator here, but there's a lot of murder, death, kill in it. And especially in the third act, when it picks up with the people with the kids in the cemetery telling ghost stories, and then moving on to the wooden house, it picks up, and there's like just bodies being chopped up. Anyway, so that's how it is. House of Death. Peace out.